What's up, guys? The new year is here, folks, with the so-called agenda of New Year, New Me. I hope that music will take a turn for the better, or they may unfortunately go for the worse. Thus, I'll be here to make some music predictions for 2026. Throughout this video, I'll be making these predictions through just general things about music and genres. That will be the video's general roadmap. Now, I want to address the elephants in the room, this being AI, audio streaming services, and music discourse. Firstly, some context. In 2025, we had seen a large uptake of AI artists not just emerging but absolutely crushing the competition. We have gotten 6 AI artists appearing on various Billboard charts, most notably Zania Monet. She is an AI-generated R&B and gospel artist created by Mississippi-based poet and design studio owner Tilisha Jones. Not only did she secure a $3 million deal with Hollywood Media, but she also climbed at the R&B digital song sales top 10 and just a bunch of other things. Doesn't matter anyways. What the matter here is that an AI artist can become so famous to the point that they receive record deals. That's just concerning. The part of getting record deals as a person who doesn't even exist, now that's another great line that I don't want to discuss much about. Well, my prediction here is that the momentum AI is gaining right as we speak, they will not only take over the Billboard Top 100, but also, here's a wild take, it will get at least one nomination at the Grammys. Okay, chillax. Why do you think so? The Recording Academy stated that the songs with AI-generated elements are still eligible for entry. That just makes everything tougher. And if you see the nominations for this year, holy, it's a piece of garbage. I don't want to talk about that. That's the justification. Now, the issue of rapid AI music can be mitigated or even diminished by the music streaming services by just lessening the exposure to AI music, creating a small note saying that this certain piece of music is made of artificial intelligence, or just outright removing them. Take notes, by the way. Instead, they promote it. 50,000 AI music tracks are now uploaded to Deezer every day. Spotify, even though they said they removed 75 million songs, still left numerous AI artists with over 500,000 monthly listeners. If this continues to be a thing, a prediction I can make is that these streaming services will start promoting and putting AI into their own curated playlists just to reap all the revenue from the slot. At this point, I am still quite shocked that they haven't pushed the agenda until now, and I am so optimistic that my prediction will be incorrect. Now, on to music discourse. For those folks who didn't know, or see it already, there have been a crazy surge of just in comparing artists and the music. Back then, there were civilized discussions regarding the quality of the albums, the rankings of the artists, and much more. Each answer has an explanation / reasoning behind it, and some even amassing over 100 pages long. I am not kidding. Here are some examples. I agree with that person. Yep, checks out. These are good ones back then. The reviews recently though. I highly recommend watching Exas.f3's video about the state and depth of music discourse because they have done an amazing job in portraying how uncontrollable the situation is. With the downward spiral of music discourse and the immaturity and brain rottenness growing especially in the community, my prediction would be that we are heading to a total collapse of just independent and thoughtful reviews, and will be crowned by algorithms, trendsetters, and generally no-brain netizens that will defend their life on a controversial figure. Mind you, it has already happened, and they will just amplify it further down the year. That's the general predictions I've gone through. Let's check to the next section. Genres. In this video, I'll be focusing on the main genres that are prevalent in the music community. I'll probably list them right now. It's classical, hip-hop, jazz, metal, rock, R&B, and rock. So if your genre isn't in here, then not yet. I will do it later. So for classical, this genre hasn't been too popular in the recent years. New generations don't have the attention span and the dedication to listen to this genre, like, let's be honest. What I can confidently say though is that with Rosalia's Lux, the release has inspired many future artists to join this genre. I can guarantee that there will be also at least one classical album this year that will be critically acclaimed, and I truly mean it. Yeah, hip hop has been truly a roller coaster for everyone. For mainstream hip hop, let's just say that the projects are incredibly mediocre and just let everyone down. For the less mainstream rap, on the other hand, this is a relatively great year. Beautiful and thought-provoking projects like Let God Sorted Out by Duo Clips, Best Album of 2025 by the way, Magic Alive by McKinley Dixon, the second installment of Alfredo by Freddie Gibbs, and Balloonerism by Mac Miller, JIT, Staccatos Like Ugly. Beautiful projects. We also got some breakout albums like I believe it's more into rock, but it still has mainly hip hop, Jane Removers, Revenge Seekers, Red Rose, Stankofa, and the collaborative album from the Perfect Collection of Saba and No ID by Saba and No ID. Yeah, great projects. The most hyped up projects currently coming this year are J. Cole's The Fall Off and Denzel Curry and his gang's The Scythe, strictly for The Scythe. Other than that, there don't seem to be any major releases officially having a date. My prediction for this year is that J. Cole will be just carrying the torch in mainstream for months and months on end, as there won't be any major releases anytime. I mean, I'm still hoping to drop J to Dark God Doesn't Like Ugly, but if not, underground hip hop can keep on cooking. It will also be the further prediction I will make. Like UG hip hop, chef's kiss. Jazz! There aren't any major groundbreaking albums in this genre, although I would say Magic Alive is kind of a jazz rap. Surprisingly, even though we had Endlessness by Nata Severo and Fearless Movement by Kamasi Washington in 2024. I feel that jazz has become just a bit too intellectual and elitist, making it lose its hold of the youth. But that's the story for another video. The point is, I will not expect an amazing jazz album anytime soon, but if the genre can pull another Lux and save the genre, I'm all ears. Metal. This has been a decent year for metal fans out there. I mean, Lonely People with Power is generally a fantastic release by Deafheaven, and with the addition of Deftones' interruption of a 5-year silence, Harvard Music, and Messas the Spit, I can predict that there will be 3 more releases following the 2025 trend that will also be a pleasure to listen to. The pop scene has been shaky, at least this year. Just look at these albums, and yeah, you can understand why. Just like hip-hop, mainstream pop certainly does not deserve the flower it receives, at least for this year. Most of them actually, are forgettable albums that hold next to zero replayability, and one is just milking the fans to get the extra 3 minutes on the private jet. Negatives aside, we had great releases such as Vanisher Horizon Scraper by Quadeca, Sincerely by Kali Uchills, and The Passionate Ones by Nourished by Time. All highly commendable pop albums that are just not fully mainstream/popular, and I would highly recommend for you to check them out. The pop scene this year looks pretty hopeful. I mean, you have Charli XCX, Blackpink, Bruno Mars, and Harry Styles all having new releases this year. I mean, this is a crazy lineup of releases that I'm quite excited for, especially for Charli's and Bruno Mars's. With Charli's being a more experimental type of music, and Bruno Mars being his first studio album in over 10 years. I feel that pop is moving into a positive direction, at least for this summer, and I hope that it will also carry on until the end of the year. I love this part. This year's pure R&B albums aren't anything too special, I must say. The only ones I can recall that have the tag of R&B primarily are Baby by Dejan, Addison's Ray Addison, and Hurry Up Tomorrow by The Weeknd. If this Abel's album is in the list and getting shouted for being notable in R&B, yeah, you know something's wrong. Albums with elements of R&B were all listed before, though. Balloonerism, I think, is one, the Passionate Ones, and I think there's also one I haven't mentioned, which is You Sex Us Afterglow by FK Twigs. I love this album a lot. Give this album a listen if you are into a mixture of dance and R&B. At this moment, there aren't any major R&B releases at the moment, though I must say that underground R&B has been cooking up a bit. I believe that 2025 is just a small slump and a major comeback for this genre, as it has always been time again evolving. Plus, there have been so many talented one-trick artists that will bring up R&B every other year. Frank Ocean. So I'm hopeful that the fans of this genre will be eating real good this year. Finally, rock. Getting Killed is easily top 3 this year. The Birthing of Swans Again, Iconoclast by Anna von Hauswolf, and Paint to Power by Maruja are just albums that make rock truly rock. Though this year has been more on art rock rather than more popular subgenres like punk rock, folk rock, hard rock, etc., I still really enjoyed this year's releases. Although it wasn't as crazily stacked as the 2014, that doesn't mean that the quality of rock records is decreasing though. I mean, this genre has always dominated the rating charts and left monumental errors throughout its lifetime. Unfortunately, I've seen and there aren't any major releases and quite frankly confirmed albums this year. This is quite unfortunately but also quite surprising. I'm quite skeptical of this year's quantity. Please, Black Midi, give me more bangers. The quality will still be upheld perfectly fine as it always was. I'm just really concerned if we will have a large variety of hits for this genre. Well, I think that's the end of the video. This is my first video, so any support will be really appreciated. I mean, just comment what you want to see in the next video, like, subscribe, share to everybody. But at the end, I just want to say that I really love you guys, support. Thank you.